Good morning, students. I, Dr. Sweta Mishra, belong to Department of Management Studies, will quickly give a revision of corporate governance theories. Let's move to that slide. Students, as we all know that there are four theories of corporate governance that we can see on the slide: agency theory, shareholder theory, stakeholder theory, and stewardship theory. Now, agency theory has its root from the economic theory. Agency theory has been developed by Jason and McLean. What the agency theory explains, it explains the relationship between the principal and the agent. But here the twist is what? Here the principal is shareholder and the agent is what? Board of directors. Here shareholder is giving instruction to the board of directors for managing the company. Now, students, why this theory must have been developed? As we have already studied, okay, there is separation of ownership and management. What we say, the money belongs to shareholder. Shareholders are the owners of the company, whereas the management is in the hands of board of directors. So, what agency theory says? Agency theory says, okay, directors who are involved in the controlling of the company and shareholders are the owner of the company. So this theory gives more weightage to the interest of the shareholders, and what it says, that principal, that is the shareholder, will employ, that is agent, that is your directors, who are accountable for their working to the principal, that is shareholder, and they will manage the different tasks of the company. Now, why? What are the different tasks that they will manage, students? How supplier is making the financing decision, where the finances of the shareholders has been utilized, which supplier they are keeping, stakeholders, where they are utilizing stakeholders money, and what all the powers that the director have. So basically agency theory highlights the interest of the shareholder, where shareholder is the owner and the agents are your director. Now, second theory, that is shareholder theory. Shareholder theory, students, is completely focusing on the interest of the shareholder. Shareholder theory and the stakeholder theory both are normative theories of business ethics and CSR. But both theories tell how the shareholder and the stakeholder deal in the business environment with the different perspective. Now, shareholder theory has been introduced by Milton Friedman. As per the New York Times article, what it says, the only one responsibility of the business is to engage the money wisely of the shareholder and utilize its resources. So the idea behind the shareholder theory is that managers or the director have primarily duty in maximizing the shareholder value. So shareholder theory looks after the interest of the shareholder. Now, stakeholder theory is a wider concept as compared to the shareholder theory. Stakeholder theory can be defined as any group of individuals who is affected by the achievements of the organization objective. Now, stakeholder theory has been introduced by Edward Freeman. Now, what does stakeholder mean? Stakeholder are nothing. Stakeholder will cover your shareholder, your employees, your suppliers, your customer, your community. So, therefore, these whole group should get the benefits from the company. So, according to stakeholders theory, business leader is supposed to balance between shareholder interests as well as other stakeholders' interests. Unlike agency theory, it focuses on shareholder, right? Stakeholder theory suggests that the directors or the manager should have a good network of relationship. This network of relationship will include supplier, employees, all the business partner, so that this network is very much important for the owner, manager, and employee relationship, so that business work well when it has got a good network team, and business can very easily achieve its goals and objective. And the last theory, student, here is stewardship theory. Now, stewardship theory is basically theory that it tells that the manager, rather than being controlled or given direction, it says that give freedom to the managers. Manager will assume their own responsibility. Stewardship theory assumes that managers are the stewards whose behaviors are aligned with the objective of the organization. Now, this theory looks a manager from the different perspective. They say The theory suggests that we should give freedom and motivation to the manager so that any individual, when given freedom, works well and tries to achieve more independently the goals and objectives of the organization. So, in this perspective, stewards are company's manager working for the shareholder. They try to protect and make profit for the shareholder. So, unlike shareholder theory, stewardship theory stresses not on the perspective of individualism, but rather on the role of top management being as a steward. That means it will integrate the goal of the company, organization, as well as all the stakeholders, including the shareholder. So, in nutshell, students, a quick revision that we say agency theory will focus on principal agent relationship. Shareholder theory will look after the interest of the shareholder. Stakeholder theory is a wider concept compared to shareholder. It will look after all the stakeholders or the parties affected by the business organization. And stewardship theory will focus on giving independence or freedom to the manager on the director, so that they can integrate the goals and the objectives of the business organization along with the satisfaction of the various stakeholders. Thank you, students, for listening patiently.